So we have our spiral sliced honey ham here, and I took the netting off. It had a little gravy packet in it. Now this, as you can hear, is like a dry rub. It doesn't have liquid in it, so that can be set aside. We're going to take our shears and open this puppy up. Now the reason I'm doing it in the crock pot like this is because if there's any juices, I want them in the pot. That's flavor. Now, the reason being that you don't want to touch your knife handles with dirty hands is because there's grease on that. And you can slide very easily and hurt yourself. Okay? Now, we need our cutting board. And what we have here is 3 bowls. Now you could very easily do 3 bags, but I portion it out per meal, so and I don't know how many meals I could get out of this. Okay, so. Now, one disclaimer here. I am not a butcher. Let me go wash my hands again. Now, as you can tell from this, you have a lot of fat here. Okay? And that is flavor. But that's 1 bowl. Now, find out where. There's the bone, right there. So, let's start by taking some of the fat off. You always want to know where your fingers are, because you don't want to cut yourself. Alright, that's good enough. Okay, I'm just going to put it in here. I need to wash my hands. Okay, so basically all I did was I've got my ham bone in here with just plain water. Okay, and with me I use filtered water because I don't like city water. So if you're happy with the water you drink, that's the water you use for here. Plain and simple. So we're going to put the lid on this, plug it in. Got to make sure that cord isn't too close to the pan. And we're going to put it on low for 8 hours. There we go. It's all set. Now, you can go longer than that. You know, it's not a major thing. It's just, the longer you cook it, it changes names. You got, there's one before stock when you do it on short. Then you got stock, and then you got bone broth. Bone broth is the longest one. But anyway you pronounce it, it's good stuff. Here. Okay, I got the fat. Let me get you here. I got the fat in this bowl. This bowl I'm doing like small pieces, you know, kind of like a dice. Now, let me show you a dice, okay? That there is about a dice, okay? Smaller than that would be immense. Yeah, but anyway. Gonna dice them up. And those are good for, say you wanted to make omelets, or you could actually use it in a ham salad, you know, or use them to top salads. Now keep in mind, this is a spiral ham, so it is fully cooked. And that's the one that I deal with, is the spiral. Now, mainly because I don't like cooking in the oven. You know, usually when you hear the word oven, it's going to be at least a half an hour or more. Yeah, and that's not the purpose of what we're doing. We want to get you in and out of the kitchen without doing fast food. Yeah, we don't want any more frozen pizzas unless someone in the household has a hankering for it. And trust me, after they get done tasting your food from now on, they ain't gonna want frozen pizza. But I'll show you a shortcut to pizza too. Alright. Anyway. But that's what we're gonna do with that one. Now, as far as the rest of this stuff, you want to take and keep your nicer slices, say like this right here. I mean, that's a nice one. Now, you could leave it actually whole like this and just have a ham steak. I think that's what I'm going to do with that one. Just leave the fat on it. Leave it, you know, leave a portion of it that'll feed the family. And you can put them in Ziploc baggies. Which, let me go get one. What you want is this, okay? Now, you want to make sure it says freezer, okay? You don't want to put storage bags in your freezer. You'll get freezer burnt that way. So use the freezer bags if you're going to freeze it, which is basically standard for me. This here, a couple of these slices per sandwich, and you got a good sandwich. Thank goodness I did clean my counter before I started. Now with these bigger pieces like this, the chunks, you can put them in 1-inch cubes. And then you can use them in salads, you know, top a salad like you would when you went to the salad bar. You know, you can also fry them up for the morning. You know, when you make eggs and that, you can have that. Okay, so that's a whole 10 or 11 pound ham. Okay. So, let me put this over at the kitchen sink so I can wash it. 10 pound ham. Gave you cooking fat. Where's my pencil? Now we got it. Now you gotta always label. Label what's in the bag and date it. Basically, I just put the month and the year. Okay? I don't know if you can see that all that well, but yep. Okay. Now we got them all labeled and dated. Now, here's an important part. You're going to freeze these. So, you want to get as much air out as possible. So, let's see. This is the edge. Okay. So, do your best to get all the air out. Now, if you can do it with a vacuum sealer, I would do it that way, but I'm not a, what do you call them, a techie person, so I do it the best way I know how. That's part of the reason why the pantry challenge is so important. You know, because I do package my stuff the way I do. I do apologize for the noise, but that's the way it goes. So, we got 1 pork fat, which is quite a bit. We got 1 omelet mixing. We got 1 ham salad. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ham steaks out of that. That's a lot. So, now all that's left is to throw them in the freezer. So, until next time, may there be good food and a lot of it on your table.